Hello and welcome back to the table. This time for everyone's favorite segment with everyone's favorite hosts. This is Sports, and I'm Bruce Bigler.
And I'm Joe McCurdy. And before we get to the sports stories this week, we would like to hold a moment of silence for Tulsa athletics, specifically Tulsa football, after the passing of our program due to Keven Wilson. Please join me in this moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. And let's get into this week's stories. After 2 seasons and 23 games, Keven Wilson was fired a day after suffering a 63-30 loss to the USF Bulls. During his tenure at TU, Keven Wilson went 7-16, with 9 of those losses coming by 30 points or more, and a combined 3 American Conference wins. Tulsa will be moving on to their 3rd head coach in just 3 years. Wide receivers coach and former NFL wide receiver Ryan Switzer was named as interim head coach for Tulsa's final game of the season against Florida Atlantic University. Tulsa's new athletic director Justin Moore was said that Switzer will not be the head coach moving forward. The announcement of Tulsa's new head coach is expected in the coming days. Tulsa, whose season was ended in a 63-16 loss to FAU on Saturday, will likely experience a lot of overturn with many players and coaches leaving the team.
Tulsa men's basketball has gotten off to a slow start to the season. After starting the season 3-0 and beating ORU in the Mayor's Cup on November 13th, Tulsa has lost 4 of their last 5 games. As a team, Tulsa is averaging 77 points per game while shooting 40% from the field and 30% from 3. Dwan Odom and Keaston Willis lead the team in scoring. Both are averaging 13 points per game. Concerns come from Tulsa's lack of a competitive non-conference schedule. They faced off against only 2 Power 5 D1 teams thus far, Oklahoma State and UCF. In the month of December, TU will face off against schools like Southern University, Mississippi Valley State, and Southwest Christian. Tulsa's last victory came against Detroit Mercy in the Jacksonville Classic. Tulsa faces off against Oklahoma State tomorrow, where the team will look to put to rest any concern.
Tulsa women's basketball has had an even worse start to their season, claiming only 2 wins in their first 7 games. Senior Delaney Crawford continues to be the #1 option for the Golden Hurricane, averaging 17 points on the season while shooting 28% from three-point range and 33% from the field. This is the worst start in Angie Nelb's time at TU, as the reigning American Conference champions look like a shell of their former selves. 5 games remain for the Golden Hurricane before beginning of conference play, facing off against Grambling State on Thursday night.
TU women's volleyball ended their season in the first round of the American Conference tournament with a loss to the Wichita State Shockers. In the return of the AAC tournament, Tulsa looked to make a push for the NCAA tournament, hoping to earn an auto bid by winning out. Wichita State crushed that dream, defeating Tulsa in straight sets, ending the season 3-0 against the Golden Hurricane. The Shockers would go on to win the AAC tournament without dropping a set. Tulsa ends the season with a couple of all-conference honors. Libero Marta Picali was named Libero of the Year and the all-conference first team. The Italian native led the league in digs per set in her last of 4 years at TU. Middle blocker Tatiana Johnson also ended the year with first-team all-conference honors. The senior led the American in hitting percentage and was 4th in kills for the Golden Hurricane. Tulsa is not expected to accept an invitation to the National Invitational Volleyball Championship after going 18-11 overall and ending 5th in the American Conference standings.
And the Keven Wilson era is over, Bruce.
Praise the Lord.
It was not pretty. Not pretty at all.
Tough.
And,
it was tough.
You know, for the last couple of years, TUTV has, done this thing where they like to force things to happen. If you're a longtime viewer, we all know we are to thank for the construction on McFarland, and now Keven Wilson has been fired. So it is, we're 2-0 right now.
2-0.
I feel like
that's pretty
good.
good.
That's a good record. Better than Tulsa's record in any sport, for that matter. And it's been unfortunate, right? Already 18 transfers in the portal, a lot of them starters. Mm-hmm. It's not looking good for Tulsa, right?
Right, but things are only looking upwards. New coach,
start. That'll be the start of it. New coach will hopefully, calm the waters a little bit.
Bring new life.
for you guys, right?
Yeah,
I'm gone. This school will never get a cent from me ever again, especially the sports programs. But, you know, such is life as a college student.
Yep.
So,
I have faith. I have hope. I'm going to keep rooting for TU. I hope y'all will join us.
It's hard not to, right? So, well, we'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining.